Good morning, and welcome to Bad Bat Hikes. Today's day 177? I think I'm off again on my days. Goodness. Well, I ended the day with the sunset over there. Now we're beginning the day with the sunrise over that way. You see that? Pretty. So it rained all night long. And I don't know if there's a seventh leak in my tent or what, but I got back in to my tent last night and everything was wet. I won't say soaked, but everything was wet. Like the floor had water on it and it was pooling like at my head and my feet. So I had to get out. It was still raining, try to like tension everything to make it more taut so the water would roll off, but I was set up at an angle and it was a whole hot mess express. So I blew up my sleeping pad. I put my bag liner on, I put my sleeping bag, which is down, inside my liner, so it had a chance of staying dry if it was like coming from above me. I couldn't tell where it was coming from. So I put my sleeping bag inside my liner, just kept my mid layer on, tried to stay warm, because like hypothermia is a thing, even like in like 50-degree weather. But everything was fine. It's not raining currently, even though the clouds look scary. So just everything's wet, and I'll have to get everything out to dry sometime today. If, cross your fingers, it doesn't rain. So I'm going to go get packed up, and we're going to go back over to Tim's lodge to have breakfast. And the first thing we're greeted with on the AT this morning, trying to get back to the lodge, on the actual AT, not the Blue Blaze, is a Ford. It's not that deep, and it's not moving that quickly, but we're definitely going to take it slow and steady so we don't fall over. So my feet are already drenched anyways. Okay, I lied. I definitely got my shorts wet. It came up way up to my thighs, and I am 5 inches taller than Irish, so we're trying to figure out how to get them across. But, at least it's not cold. It's nice and warm water. Not moving too swiftly, but I got to the center and just like sunk, and I was like, oh god. So we'll get them across. Look, it looks like a waterfall over there. You can see the steam coming up, but yay! Fording! Yay! We made it. Off to pancakes. Made it over to the lodge, and it smells so good. Oh, there's Tim. He's inside cooking. Yum.
Delicious.
Back on trail. North. As me. I'm so full. Tim, the guy who runs the place, is so incredibly kind. We got like 1 million pancakes each, and I couldn't finish them. Shock and surprise. I did my best. I am so full. But I was like thinking, oh, these are delicious. Like, thanks so much. I have to tap out. He was like, I've got Ziploc baggies. So I have pancakes. I haven't had takeaway pancakes since I last saw Fresh Ground in what? Like, I was like right outside of Harper's Ferry was the last time I saw Fresh Ground. So a very long time ago. So I got pancakes in a Ziploc bag for a snack. Oh dearie. Alright, next objective. Make it to the Kennebec River to take the infamous ferry. When you think ferry, or at least when I think ferry, like big boat, get across long distance, right? Right. No. This ferry is a canoe, and there is a person whose job it is, like a seasonal job during the summer, is to run this canoe back and forth across the Kennebec River to safely get hikers across, because there's a dam that lets out water certain times of day, and it can make it very, very dangerous to ford. People have died trying to ford this river, thus the ferry system. So I'm very excited to take a canoe across the Kennebec River, and the ferry has been closed a lot this season because of all the flooding and high waters. They closed it, and then hikers had to like shuttle around, and it was a whole thing. But it is open. They start at 9. I certainly won't get there by 9. And I shuttle across. All right, we made it to the river and the Kennebec ferry. I see the ferryman waiting down there. But see how big this river is? It is humongous and would be super dangerous to try to ford. Hence the canoe. There's the river, canoe, and the line to ride it. Only 2 people at a time, so it'll be 2 more runs before it's our turn. You do have to sign a waiver before you enter the boat, basically saying, like, if you fall in the water and drown, you can't sue the ATC. Oh, goodness. So, while we're sitting here waiting, poor Irish is having to sew their shoes shut. So here's the completed one. They're doing the other one over here. Like, look, there's just huge gashes on either side. And duct tape was attempted first, then Gorilla Tape, and now they're sewing like thread into the Gorilla Tape to make them last until month's end. Or new shoes are waiting, but there's just gashing holes. Yikes. All right, we are in.
Yep, it's tight channel.
It's happening.
So kind of try to stay tight to that left-hand rock.
Woo-hoo. I'm in the middle.
But it's been nice to have like
We did it. Woohoo! Thanks for paddling. I sat in the middle and I didn't do anything besides just ride. Awesome. All right, onwards. We have lots of miles to cover. Undetermined how far we're trying to get today, but we only have 1, maybe 2 peaks. So let's rock it. I'm really sad. A.T. Gracie gave me bubbles and I was gonna do it in the canoe, but it was a short ride and I got too excited. So here. Oh, that is thick. Woo! I'll just do it down the trail instead. I know y'all are very, very tired of hearing this, but the trail is a watery mud pit and it's impossible to keep your feet dry. So, this is the last time I'm going to talk about it as you hear me splash down the trail. So, from here to the end, just assume, unless I'm talking about, wow, how nice and dry the trail is, that it looks like this. Ugh. Like, you can get around a little of it, like right here, but you can't get around it most of the time. And you're really not supposed to. You're supposed to, like, stay right on trail so you don't create, like, sub-trails, because then it just gets wider and wider and wider and you kill plants and all that fun stuff. But, I'm so tired of walking through water every day. We stopped for lunch next to a stream of moving water in hopes that the bugs won't be as bad. The mosquitoes have been absolutely just going to town, feasting on my legs and my face and my ears. If you've noticed, I've been wearing my hood up for weeks now just to try to keep them off the back of my neck. But I literally killed 2 mosquitoes with 1 slap earlier. They're just all over the place. Anywho, so we're by moving water and we're gonna have some lunch before we do our first actual mountain climb of the day. Wow. It is clear out today. There is no haze. It is much, much, much less humid than it has been for a while. So I'm not as dripping in sweat as I have been, but you know, sun's still out and shining and happy. So sweat's happening. I'm very happy that the sun's out. Now I'm at the top. Pleasant Pond Mountain. Pleasant Pond. So there's more blueberries up here. There are blueberries everywhere in Maine. I love it. These aren't quite as ripe as the ones on Little Bigelow. I had a couple. They weren't as sweet, they weren't as good, but still fun. Still fun to just pick blueberries as you walk. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. This is so pretty. Like, this is the trail. You can see forever, and it is so, so clear today. Look at it. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is so, so pretty. Well, we're almost at the first shelter, and we've entered a construction zone. Oh, the bird's unhappy. This orange fence goes way back there. I don't know what they're doing, but it's power lines. So, anywho, nature. Oh, we have decided that we're gonna stay at this first shelter and get up like stupid early and do our big day tomorrow instead. Because, as you can see, the sun's going down. I'd rather not go up and over a mountain at night in the dark. So we're gonna do it in the morning in the dark. We're gonna get up and try to be at the top of Moxie Bald for sunrise. We thought that'd be fun and give us a jump start on trying to get to Monson just as quickly as possible so we can make the last shuttle for Shaw's. Made it! Woohoo! There's more camps here, I swear. I don't know if they're all groups from the same one, but there's at least a dozen different groups. Some are boys, some are girls out here. And when you hit a shelter with them in there, it's very full very quickly. But they seem to be set up way over there. So that's good news for us, but we made it. I think that was like an 18.7. So like an almost 19-mile day. I haven't done that much in a really long time. Whew. And my feet feel it, but I feel good. We definitely don't have enough sun to get up and over Moxie. So I'm glad we decided to stay here and then get up stupid early and do Moxie tomorrow.